Timo. It's not going to happen, but it could have been beautiful. He's going to go for the Renekton this time around. I will say, we've been seeing Camille's get the best of that matchup today, which I don't know how much that's down to jungler intervention or the matchup changing because of items, but it's feeling like Camille is in a really good spot right now.
I've seen the matchup a lot. I've actually I played it a couple of times, and it is still Renekton favorite.
And building a couple of legendary items and going into a mythic item third. So who knows, basically, is what I'm trying to say when it comes to some of the ways that people are building these champions. It's going to be Jolly on that Lucian in the bottom lane, though, which will do exceptionally well into the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, it's going to do fantastic into Kai'Sa. You can just do so much work. And especially when you've got the likes of this Janna here, you're able to play so much more aggressive as this Lucian, because Chocho can't really do very much on this Alistar. So stick a shield onto the Lucian, you get a bunch of extra AD, you can trade super effectively, and Betty can't really do much back, and you're safe at the same time. Like, this is a really strong matchup for the HMG bot side, and this is where we'll see if they're able to at least have a better time than they've been having so far in this tournament.
And once again, I want to draw everyone's eyes towards Chuyu, because this is the guy that in the collegiate tournaments that they've been playing, the most recent collegiate championship, HMG were the winners, and it was Chuyu that got MVP for that tournament. He looked really, really great on the Taliyah earlier on today. He's on Karthus as well, another AP jungler. I don't know how strong Karthus is necessarily on this patch, but certainly farming junglers seem pretty great. AP items seem pretty great. I feel like it's a match made in heaven, but he's up against Harrow, who is comfortably the best player on Rogue Warriors in my eyes, or at least was in Season 10. So he's going to have his work cut out.
Yeah, so Karthus is still pretty much just Karthus. Very much farm jungler. He does very well, clears camps exceptionally quickly, and when you do hit that level 6, obviously having that global ult available is massive. In the 1v1, Harrow will have the advantage, especially with the phase rush being able to chase down Karthus. But the big thing here is that, like, you have the mid lane control as well for Forge, who'll be able to continuously shove in this matchup. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Harrow trying to get in on towards Chuyu and really making this Karthus work for every single one of his camps.
We'll have to keep our eyes on this bottom side as well, because Jolly and Miz did not have a good time earlier on against OMG. It's a different 2v2 matchup, though, with the sub-in of... I'm going to try and say the name. Zigenu, I'm going to say, but I don't know. He's looking like Miz, is all I'm going to say, based on the first play of the game, because he's just walked straight in and died.
I mean, it's level 2 versus level 1. You've got to respect that that creep when it dies, so then they do just get the all-in, and nice job there from Chocho to find that engage. But as you can see in the top lane not having the best of times. Now, this is at least until kind of level 4 or 5. You will have Camille, who can do a good amount in this matchup, get a decent amount of poke, but it will start to change as you get past those levels, and you do get that first back coming in from this Renekton. But overall, what you're now starting to see is that, from Harrow's perspective, okay, winning mid lane, winning bot side of the map as well. This is where I want to see Harrow moving in towards the enemy side and actually start to steal away a bit of these camps. Have the support of Chocho there with him as well. Especially because Chocho hasn't actually used his flash yet. He can still do a lot of work in this bot side.
Chocho's just on target practice right now. Alistar ruling the bottom lane. Forge has been caught, though. We'll be able to get the taunt onto Lai, and here comes Harrow to try and back up his mid lane with the CC chain is there. Lai has to flash away. Chuyu now finds himself alone in the mid lane. Maybe he won't be able to walk away. I don't know why he's sticking around so long. He does get away with his life, but barely.
And big thing here is that the flash was burnt on towards Lei, so now when you look towards a repeat gank, it's so easy for Forge to just flash on top of him, get the taunt into the CC, and Harrow to come along with the extra damage to burst him out. So Rogue Warriors at least setting themselves up nicely as this game goes on, and that's what we talked about as well. The 1v1 between junglers is always going to go in favor of Harrow, so you don't want to be sticking around too long.
Oh, here we go. Dive on the bottom side. Harrow's here. We've got a TP from Forge as well. The double taunt is there. And Jolly is not long for this world. I mean, there's something about HMG and just getting destroyed in the bottom lane. It's not even just their fault. Like, there's nothing you can do there. You're just doomed.
I mean, Rogue Warriors are like sharks. You see any sort of weakness and you're going to go straight there, take a bite, get that gold for yourself. And it's just been non-stop pressure from Rogue Warriors across the board. And yeah, you've got Chuyu, who will need a bit of time to farm up. You can see he's gone for the Dark Seal. He's going to be trying to be a bit of more of an impact when he gets towards that level 6, level 8. But unfortunately for him, there's just nothing working for him. And great setup here again from Chocho. So goes in, gets the CC to get them nice and low, gets some at least poke damage off before they go for this dive. And then you don't really need to do much else as this Alistair, as you've already got that taunt and the CC coming in from Forge after the dive as well.
Yeah, not feeling so jolly anymore. And you know what? Christmas might be cancelled in the UK, but Rogue Warriors don't believe in social distancing because that is way more than 2 households getting involved. And Zib now just consistently getting bullied by this Renekton. This is the way the matchup is expected to go in that top side. As we've said, the Renekton should win that one out, assuming no jungler intervention. So he's going to be able to find himself an advantage. And it feels good for Lane to have a little bit more presence in a game, because obviously we saw him just getting ganked over and over versus OG.
And that was the big issue for Lane as well, is that a lot of situations was called down to try and help Lion their last game. It meant that he, on the Camille, couldn't really do very much for himself, but
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Why? Did they... It's Alistair. This is what Alistair does. Why is nobody respecting what Alistair does?
And the thing is, Chocho hasn't even had to use his flash. Zib now getting chased down by Lane. I don't know about this one, though.
Lane has his ult up. He's going to use that pretty late, though. He's just going to go down here. Kill goes the way of Harrow. Now Chuyu into Lone. In comes the Galio. Forge gets the kill with the power slam. Yeah, I don't know. That was just a little overzealous from the side of HMG.
Yeah, it was a little whoopsie. You're not really in a position to follow up on Lane, who'd way overextended, and especially as you had Forge, who's just hit level 6. Like, you know that off of the wave that kind of crashes around the 6 to 6:15 mark, that you are going to hit level 6 as a mid laner, and not respecting the fact that Forge just hits that level 6, gets straight in towards that top side. Like, just beautifully played, but we're going to get a replay of what was happening bot side, and finally Chocho uses the flash, and it's to the detriment of the HMG bot lane.
Look, all I'm going to say is Chocho's looking a lot better than he did when he was on top esports. So props to Chocho. He's using this Alistair beautifully, and he is bullying, to say the very least, in this bottom side. Jolly going to get a few autos in, but Alistair is totally invincible at this point with the 2-0-3 scoreline. He's already got his Moby, so he's just going to be sprinting around the map. And, well, I don't know. When it comes to the bottom lane, I don't have anything else to say. On the top half of the map, there's still potential here for the side of HMG, though.
It's a long way away, though, as spot. No,
I'm trying to give them something.
It's dead again. Oh god, it's a disaster. Oh god.
What can I say? What can I say? That this bot lane is so unbelievably over. It's actually impossible to play now for HMG. But the thing is, yeah, they're still trying to 2v2.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Chocho is like totally fought. Like once he hits 6, they just dive over and over again. Even have Harrow down just to pick up a little bit of gold for himself as well. Turn this into turret plates and dragons and all things nice. There's just like a gaping hole now in HMG's defense through that bot side of the map, and no matter how well Lane does on this Renekton, he's still Renekton. He's not going to be able to hard carry this game against like a Camille, a Kai'Sa, everything else that's in this game.
Yeah, Renekton has a really hard time dealing with Kai'Sa as well, because assuming that she hasn't already blown all of her cooldowns, she can turn invisible, she can ult away from you. It's very difficult to just close that gap and get onto Kai'Sa, especially when you've got Galio and Alistair acting as bouncers for Betty. So, I don't know. It's going to be very difficult to shut Betty down. He's gone for the Noon Quiver, and then he's gone for a serrated Dirk as well. So he's trying to min-max when it comes to this build to get his Q upgrade early on for these Dragon skirmishes and Rift Herald skirmishes.
And I mean, I don't even know if we're going to get skirmishes. Honestly, I mean, if I'm looking at this Rift Herald, I'm not touching this as HMG. Like, we're behind pretty much across the board. I mean, top lane is doing okay, I suppose, and he's dead.
Here we go. I wouldn't have touched this fight, but they're going to go for it anyway. It is 3v2, so maybe they can turn this one around. They've got one kill onto Ziv. In comes Harrow from the bottom side. Janna's still only level 5 and gets absolutely obliterated. In goes Chocho to finish off the kill. That's his third of the game, I believe, as well. He's cornered by Forge on the bottom side of the fight. In he comes with the Galio knock up and a takedown onto Chuyu. Harrow with the kill credit, and Lai realizes that he's late to the party and he's not going to be able to get anything here. He's running into the wrong side of the map right now, and I don't think there's much chance of him getting out of this one alive. Hops over the wall here. going to be Betty trying to chase him down. I don't think Lai has the damage to one shot, and he will go down.
It was a nice effort, but honestly, HMG, they're already behind. They even left Jolly on this bottom side of the map. Like, he wasn't there. This was a 4 versus 5. I don't know what they expected.
I think they were hoping for a quick pick and get out of there was the only plan, and that didn't quite go how they wanted it to. And the crazy thing is, you're playing Lucian bot, right? You're picking that so you can dominate the bottom lane and just snowball out of control. The fact that you need your AD carry to be solo farming just to get back in the game when you've picked Lucian, that's not a good sign. It's really not a good way to play the game.
Exactly. I mean, you can take Karthus out of the equation as he's the late game scaling boss. Hang on. No, we're okay. Chocho's not able to get in there. But honestly, like Karthus, although he's the late game scaling, I mean, he's not exactly in a position to carry right now. You've got a mid-game spiking composition on the rest of HMG that doesn't really have control of this mid-game. This was a nice play from them to have at least the Janna get up here a little bit earlier than the rest of Rogue Warriors, who were a bit late to the party. But other than that, like, this entire play then just goes south the second they overextend.
I love that Chocho just goes in for the kill as well. He knows that he's pretty much invincible at this point and nobody can really take him down. With Forge coming in to back him up as well. Chuyu completely out of mana, by the way, during this fight. So once he goes into his death mode, he can still spam his spells. But yeah, it's... I feel like HMG now are just... They're already out of the tournament, right? This is their last game. I think they're playing for fun, and I think they're just going for some brawls. And I can respect that.
I mean, look, you gotta pick your battles, right? And this is not a battle that they're gonna win anytime soon. Either way, at least as we start to go forward, there is the opportunity that potentially at some of these like Dragon or Baron fights that you could get a big Kiana ult into a lot of damage coming through from this Karthus. Like maybe there is some sort of wombo combo-esque style that they can try and play, but the biggest issue is that they keep trying to force these plays rather than just going in and trying to scale.
Speaking of forcing a play, they're going on to Ziv, but he zips over the wall because he's Camille. And, well, that's how Dog dealt with. Lai now goes down to the mid lane because Rogue Warriors are going to answer elsewhere on the map. And they've got a Rift Herald for this tower as well. Harrow should be able to finish this one off. In the meantime, Forge is going to TP towards the top side so they can answer. They're not looking to trade. They're looking to take the mid lane tower and some kills in the top side right here. Ziv gets away with murder here. Can he walk away dodging the Q's? Fancy footwork. He's got swords for legs, but he doesn't have a spell shield available. Will go down in the end. Karthus cheats.
And I can see the little grin on Lane's face as well as that happened. But Betty's in a 2v1 now.
Yeah, Betty might just be able to win this one. The W misses though, still gets the kill, but it's a shutdown into the pocket of Jolly. Finally, something for him to laugh about.
I mean, he just got the... Oh, wait, Harrow.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I've just witnessed the murder. Good God. Nobody told me this was a horror film.
It's all gone disastrous, Lane. They're diving under the tower. You've gone too deep. No.
What is happening? No. This is the most Rogue Warriors game I've ever seen. And it's not even Rogue Warriors that is starting it. This is HMG being Rogue Warriors against Rogue Warriors.
And you can't just be Rogue Warriors against them. They've been there. They've done that. They understand this stuff better. Yeah. But, oh God, it's just been... kill after kill, disaster after disaster for HMG. Is, I mean, just look at the scoreline. 3-0-5 for Graves, nearly got the Gale Force completed. 5-0 on this Galio Rocket Belt done. Kraken Slayer for the 6-1 Kaisa. Rogue Warriors are massive right now.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, Dagda. This may not be the highest quality League of Legends we've ever seen. But I'm having a whale of a time. This is my kind of League of Legends. Just absolute brawling.
Chocho's behind him!
Here comes Chocho from Narnia, by the way. And Harry's going to be here with the Q. Should be able to finish the kill. Oh, no, Jolly gets the kill. He turned it around. And now Chocho might actually be able to kill Jolly if he's not careful when the cooldowns come back up. Jolly realizes it and has to back away. Headbutt onto lane, but in with the slice and dice. Chocho's stunned. Will look to try and get away, but slowed here by the Janna. There's going to be a nice 2 kills here going the way of HMG.
Chocho vented in behind Jolly, but he ended up getting his imposter caught as a result. Rogue Warriors, both of Harrow and Chocho, end up going down. And I mean, a nice job from HMG to slap the button, get onto the meeting, and realize that they need to be on the bot side.
Emergency meeting, they're like, Listen, buddy, I saw you, man. Anything you want to say before we kick you off of the ship? He didn't have anything to say, except for his ultimate.
Haro and Chocho voted for themselves in that situation. That was just like, you know what? We've gone way too far. We're getting a bit lackadaisical with this. But Lane, trying to trade here against Sid.
Yeah, Lane, despite having that massive early advantage, it has now fallen a little bit behind. I feel like Ziv is going to do a lot better in that 1v1 than he would have earlier with the Triforce in his pocket. Has the Ignite available as well, so you don't get the insane sustain from Gore Drinker that you would hope for in that matchup. So it doesn't become... It's no longer as one-sided as it is during the laning phase. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, the Triforce is definitely helping out there. It'll take essentially the Triforce and the Ravenous, and you're looking at maybe level 12, 13 for the Camille to really be able to take over that matchup. We're certainly starting to get to the point where Ziv is going to be in control here. However, top side.
Well, Janna's dead again. Chocho's here. He's just tanking the tower, basically for no reason. Nobody was even diving. He just wanted to tank the tower. In comes the Cart Assault, but the spell shield from Galio just hard counters it. The thumbs up from Forge as he flies through the air. He's feeling jolly now after all of this. And Jolly, speaking of, it's just arrived on the scene. In comes Lai as well. Chocho just tanks everything. Betty the target now. We'll be able to turn it around 1-for-1 here. Jolly has to walk away with his head between his legs.
I mean, they're still looking here.
Jolly gets a shield.
Can you not?
What are you doing?
I can understand. Oh my god! I can understand why they swapped in Zagenu, because at least he realizes not to reset his bounty before he dies again.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is he's getting some serious value out of the Tailwind passive right now, because the speed at which he is running it, it's honestly... this isn't even a sprint at this point. This is a drag race, and he is going at 100 miles an hour.
Look, everyone knows about the 0-10 Janna power spike.
That's true.
So that's all.
Look, it's just wind-based champions. You got Yasuo with the 0-10. Apparently, Janna falls in the category as well.
Yeah. It's Riven as well. Riven gets 0-10 too. It's all just whatever. Anyone with the wind-based abilities just need to get to 0-10.
I'm with you. Well, I have to say, I feel like I have no idea how good Jolly is at this game, because both games that I've seen him, his support has literally gone 0-10. So, I feel like the rest of the team right now is feeling pretty bad about the way this tournament has gone. But hey, that's life at the end of the day.
Honestly,
they won the collegiate championship, so you know.
Honestly, I think Jolly's been pretty decent, but he's just not had a chance because people keep dying around him. He's at least when his Lucian mechanics are on point. Like he's been getting kills and turning things around reasonably well when he does have the opportunity. It's just he's not really getting those opportunities very much.
It's a difficult situation. And let's bear in mind, let's just set expectations here. Rogue Warriors are a heavy favorite coming into this one, right? This is a team that towards the end of 2020 actually had a run towards playoffs, didn't quite make it, but they actually looked the best they did all year towards the end of 2020. So this is still very much a team that you've got to respect coming into a tournament like the Demacia Cup. And they're against the collegiate champions. This is full-time gamers against full-time students at the end of the day. So you have to respect the fact that Rogue Warriors should be dominating this matchup. So I don't want to flame these guys too much.
Yeah, and I mean, look, these guys have been, like, as we said before, 2-time world champions, 4 times national champions, and they are basically doing what we're seeing now of the collegiate, So basically what we're seeing right now of Rogue Warriors to HMG is what HMG has done to every other college.
they're the SKT of college teams.
Yes.
But unfortunately, this ain't college games, and Rogue Warriors are making sure that HMG know that for sure. Not quite going to be able to end the game here, but they get a few extra kills to pad the stats here. They're going to be able to grab themselves an Ocean Drake. They'll reset, and then I think they'll close things up.
Yeah, I mean, it's 19 minutes into the game. Baron hasn't even spawned yet. They have so many options. You can just pick up this Ocean Dragon. With the damage that they have right now, I mean, Kraken Slayer into Collector for Betty on this Kaisa. Like, they can just melt through a Baron if they're given the opportunity, and even just turn off it if they really want to. So, I mean, you can see you just don't really stand a chance against them right now. Rogue Warriors can do what they want.
I'm not gonna lie, this build for Betty is kind of disrespectful, honestly, because he's not even getting the E upgrade. He's just like, screw it. I just want to watch him. That's all I wanted, like. So, you know, fair play to him. Do what
I mean,
you want.
do you really need to worry about attack speed when your first 3 autos with Hail of Blades just kills people?
Exactly. You have attack speed for the first 3 autos, and nobody survives them. So why not go Collector? I guess he's got a bunch of daggers now, so maybe he's even braided at this point. It's going on to lane. In comes Chocho from the side as well. They're quite happy to 2 versus 4 tower dive this one. 4 just TP'd in, gets the CC chain on to lie, and basically one-shots him. That's a Galio, by the way. He's not meant to one-shot people. And in the meantime, we've got Harrow is just farming his jungle as Ziv is pushing at the bottom lane. Rogue Warriors are just, they're having a mess about it at this point.
I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to add to this. It's just been domination from the get-go. Every lane looking fantastic for Rogue Warriors. Pretty much to kind of be as expected coming into this. But looks like Forge gonna get the last call here.
Yeah, that's going to be a kill on the line. They get the bottom inhibitor. Harrow's finally decided that it's time to join the team and group up to try and finish this game out. There's a super pushing through the mid lane in just a moment or two as Zip dives onto Jolly. The Camille Galio combo just obliterates everyone on HMG. And well, there's not a whole lot more to say about this one because this is more than she wrote at this stage. The book has ended and we're on to the new chapter. And Lane's desperately trying to do anything, but another taunt comes on down, and that's going to finish this one out. 0, 12, and 4 for the Janna. But you know what? I mean, I don't have a silver lining. I was going to try to add a silver lining, but look at the kill score. In he goes. Lai gets one for himself. 36-7. Almost 2 kills per minute from Rogue Warriors here. That, Dagda, was brutal.
They almost have 3 players on double-digit scores. Like, that just wasn't fair from start to finish. Rogue to see what he can do. And on this Rogue Warriors roster, at least Betty and Chocho seem to be clicking pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, this again, not having the best game of his career.
Look,
well, actually, I say
I'm
that.
just trying to pull out anything. All right?
I really hope that he wasn't having the best game of his career, because that's the first game of his career that I've witnessed. And if that is the best game of his career, then the rest of his career has not been.
I do feel
so
sorry
hard, so.
though. That